So I think it's safe to say that some nations in Hearts of Iron 4 don't have the best content. And they do have some content, a little bit of a rework at some point through various DLCs, but it's not that great. Whilst Paradox is currently reworking a whole bunch of nations with brand new DLCs, the latest of which that we got was obviously Germany, I think some nations probably won't ever see that rework, which is a shame because some nations could really do with it. That's right, today I loaded up the workshop and saw that there was a brand new mod working around the Spanish tree, their content, and let's just say making it better. Now, if you look at like the vanilla, Spain tree, the normal one without the mod, for the most part, you notice that, yeah, it does look really large, but then if you look a bit deeper, yeah, it's not that deep. And also, there are an impressive amount of single paths you can do with Spain. None of them are really that fulfilling, at least in my opinion. I don't know if you're down there fighting every single game to have a fun Spain game and doing all of those paths, but personally for me, not that great. But today's mod focuses in on just one of the Spain paths and hopes to make it fun. Now, I'm not going to tell you what particular path it is, but I'm going to see if you can guess which... Okay, I kind of spoiled it already by zooming out. You can see already that one Spain path, it kind of goes down over here, has a little bit of a stroke and continues down like the elephant man's face. So if you just ignore the phalanx front part over here, you just look at the Spain path, you can kind of see what I was saying at the opening here. For the most part, like, yeah, look, there's so much stuff in here, but then as soon as you pick your path, boom, I've done this one right here. Yeah, there's not too much to do, especially if you actually look at the depth of some of these focuses that you get, like a modern fighter fleet over here and army modernization. A lot of it is just pure filler. There's not a lot that's unique between the bunch. Of course, there are a couple unique things for each path, but that's about it. So, my little gravy Timothys, we are going to give this a go and see if we can actually have fun with Spain and not just Spain without the S. Starting off, I'm just going to assume that this is going to work exactly like it would normally for a Spain game, obviously being that we are about to explode into 500 different factions, slap each other silly, and then hopefully have a nation at the end. Yeah, definitely not the best spawn I think I've ever had for this. I do like our very precarious line that we've got down into Sevilla. I'm not sure about that one. Currently just speeding through the whole national collapse thing. We just had the Carlos rise up, almost taken care of them. I've already actually managed to get into Barcelona, so if we link up here, I'll push through, get them capitulated, then we just need to push south. Carlos dealt with, then I'm going to do the anarchists, and then finally we have ourselves, hopefully, one Spain. Anarchists destroyed. Now we just need to finish off the Republicans. We do get these fifth columnists. We can actually rise up behind their lines as well. I'm just going to get rid of this offensive over here, and then I guess we're just going to go all out. Oh, okay, you guys ain't looking too great, your little rise up there. Brigadier Baltazar Ramirez is not going to do too well. So, okay, your sacrifice will remembered, and we'll get yourself a name on a park bench somewhere. Oh, we did actually get a couple of them out. I didn't even realize. Well, straight back to the front line with you, and who have we got now over here rising up? Cristobal, you're not looking too great because I've stopped the offensive now. So it's definitely not the, fastest stabilization of Spain you've probably ever seen. I'm not a Spain player, so I don't know what the quick meta is. I'm just, getting everyone defeated. But for the most part, we're done now. Almost 1939, and we are ready to check out all this new content. Oh, well, there goes the entire army as well. Now we've just got 9 guys, but they are, they're pretty good 9 guys. Oh, so this could just immediately throw us into the Axis. I don't think I want to join just yet, considering it is 1939. Obviously, we know what it is about to start this year, so we should probably take our time a little bit here just to recover. So here we get the Will to Empire, and already those are some pretty damn good bonuses to have on a guy. I mean, the daily compliance gain is pretty insane, and I think that actually might be in the vanilla path anyway. I can't remember because obviously we need to recall all of our land, which is currently not Spanish. But the compliance gain, obviously, is going to be a major help everywhere else we end up taking as well. So I'm definitely not turning my nose up at that. So why don't we get Tom the Cat, Liberator of Persia? It gives us more compliance gain. Who is Tom the Cat? Is he hailing there too? Tom, put that paw down. I mean, obviously I'm going to take him. Sure, he might have some dubious political leanings, but with those buffs, maybe he's right. So down to our new empire building focus tree over here, we have so much stuff. A lot of this is just goals, and I don't think we're going to be able to make use of a lot of it. Obviously, the allies are going to be a bit of a hindrance to us, but I'm going to go straight for Portugal, though, and try to unite Iberia. I don't think recovering Italy is going to... I don't know about that one. But we do essentially just get goals on everything here. It's actually insane. I'm already getting compliance governments, and I'm obviously going to do it because then they can all go do the base focus tree and just get themselves a whole bunch of industry, and then I can just take that. I had an annoying non-aggression pact with the Portuguese, so just broke that finally, and now we're going in. As you can tell already, I am kind of reworking the army and what's actually going to be in it, so they're getting very under-equipped. But not under-equipped for too long. And with the capitulated Portuguese weapons, before they end up in the army, I'm just going to get a whole bunch of cores back on our land, since the compliance is already, I'm assuming, yeah, okay, it's pretty damn high. I'm not too sure what's actually going to be, the weighted yes or no response to demanding some land, but I might as well just ask the British for Gibraltar, see if they say yeah. I'm assuming it was pretty high for them to say, yeah, there's Gibraltar back. Oh, they also just gave me Malta as well, okay, I'm not complaining here, just getting ourselves a whole bunch of free land. I mean, the majority of this focus tree is actually, pure gold, so the fact we got some is pretty nice. Now, for the most part, all this European stuff we could do, I'm just gonna put it to the side for now, because I don't really have much ambition to go take out Scandinavia. But I do have a bit of ambition to rebuild an empire. No, I can just straight up demand subjugation. I need 50 opinion for everyone, which thankfully I've been saving up quite a lot of PP. And as you can see, I'm currently improving my relations with a lot of people to the point that I'm losing 5.19 political power a day. And these all cost 25 a pop as well. And sorry, did I mention my compliance gains kind of broken? Should I just pop these all at once? Just go spam them for a lot of, okay, they're accepting. They're all accepting. Oh, okay. Not even event pop-up or anything. Just, yep, we're in. So I think it's only fair at this point that we do make ourselves a faction, and you can probably see a bit better what I just did on the map. Hey, I could also consolidate them all into the viceroyalities as well, and there you go. They're even more powerful now, and I'm noticing we're sending a few new viceroys over there. Oh, it's definitely better off for us not to form these new viceroys and stuff, because they were a lot lower autonomy, and obviously there were more of them, so we got a whole bunch of more stuff we could have eventually gotten if we didn't do that. But this is fair, because I did just go ahead and reform my entire empire with a few clicks of a button. So yeah, woe is me, I only get 179 factories now instead of 300. Next question is, where the hell do we go from here? I think the very obvious case is that we take down the allies while the opportunity is here, but at the same time, that's going to give the Axis a whole bunch of stuff, and I don't know if I'm really aligned with them. I mean, either way, I think it does need to be done. But again, I don't like the idea that the Germans are going to benefit off of this, so potentially we should do this and get it out the way already. I don't want to say this is someone's Spanish power fantasy that made this mod, but it's really starting to look like that from a lot of the bonuses I'm seeing. But I'd give myself a bit more of a challenge here, as it does seem to be a, let's just say, bit of an easier mod. So I've waited for Japan to actually declare, so the US should be in the Allies any minute now, and then I will finally go in and take care of the Allies. So I was about to say, since the Axis aren't doing too bad right now, I was going to take a little bit more time to build up the navy and whatnot, but I just realized the Soviets have landed in Italy. I think we may have to speed this up just a little bit. So to declare on the Allies, I have a goal on Luxembourg, and I'm assuming that they're going to be in the Allies, so that's how we're going about this. Alright, I'm assuming we can't even launch immediately with our naval supremacy. I am building up a brand new navy. Oh, I could get in immediately. Should we do it? Should we risk it? I guarantee we're going to get, completely raided by submarines here, though. Oh, wait, no, sorry. The UK was not even in. I can not do it just yet. And I also don't want to do it just yet regardless, because I imagine there are a lot of submarines around here, and I do have naval bombers that I will be taking care of them with. But yeah, sure is quite a lot of fun stuff up the coast of Spain. Yeah, there's a lot of the British Navy there. So if I keep pumping out these naval bombers, we should be able to do a lot of damage to it. Then we can just get our Navy out, which will be better than the British eventually once I keep building my new cruisers and destroyers and get ourselves supremacy to get into the UK. As soon as we get our radar up and functioning as well, our naval bombers should do pretty significant damage to all of these submarines that are around us. We've just got to wait for our best man on the job right now, Juan Manuel, who's almost actually cracked the code to the radar. And if we can take naval battles like this, which is just part of like the AI's fleet, we should, yeah, just completely wipe them out, and we'll just start ticking them off, all these little fleets, over and over until there's nothing left. And even if we do lose like a couple of destroyers or something like that, it doesn't matter anyway, because they're probably just our starting ones. And by the time we actually get back into the battle after the repair, though, we've already replaced them with something even better. Fleet just came back out right there for some Polish destroyers. What are you planning here? Sorry, what the hell are the British AI trying to naval invade me with there? What? I don't think I've ever seen that. Is that like just a motorized AT company, essentially? What are we planning here? I mean, you gotta hand it to it. It was a very audacious move to do a naval invasion with some motorized AT divisions. But as you can see, didn't go too well. I've never seen the British AI make these type of units before. I'm not too sure if something in the mod hasn't broken or changed something here. It's got to be the first time in a very long time I've actually seen the Japanese AI do something useful. It's going to be risky because this is out of naval bomber range, but I finally got complete supremacy. I don't even have my fleet out right now. It's just my convoy rating, but I'm assuming all the British fleets are on repair from damage. But again, this is out of my range, so they could raid these guys into the oblivion, and I'm going to risk it. Okay, got ourselves Northern Ireland. No problem there. It's going to be our new base of operations against the British, and I think I might also just go ahead, invade Ireland while I'm here. Hey, but they let their guard down for just long enough for the slippery old Spanish snake to get in there. And now with all of Ireland under our control, we're just going to make sure we keep this garrisoned, and we're going to have so much air projection over the UK. On top of that, a whole bunch of radar, and slowly we're going to be able to get in there. Oh, I think that's our first British carrier we've taken down there. It did take pretty much all of our early destroyers there. We did lose our two of our 1941s, which isn't too bad, but if you start looking at my navy now, the only things that are left are my new ones. So all these level 2 cruisers and all the level 2 and 3 destroyers. Oh yeah, and of course the heavy ships you also start with Spain. They're also I didn't build those, of course. I never build battleships. Either way, doesn't matter at this point anyway. The Spanish Armada, just like real life, did come in heavily damaged, but this time they didn't get the battle on it, which means we can now project, I'm imagining, pretty easily and get our naval invasion into the UK. Only issue is, though, every time I've looked over at the UK, they are pretty stacked over there, up to 540 divisions. Once my radar gets up all the way as well, we get our intel going, I reckon we'll be able to see a bit more there, but it's not looking great. It does certainly help that occasionally when my fleet goes down to repair that the British do send a naval invasion my way, and I'm just picking off free troops. I guess the Axis also pulled a bit of a comeback here with the Soviet front, at least. I mean, it's looking a lot better than when the Soviets were naval invading Italy. I'm not too sure how they've managed to do this, but they have. Oh, I can already whack down a collab government in the UK. I just realized because you're already up to 81%. Oh, that's ridiculous. I'm going to wait for that, though, until I actually land in the UK, because we are still going to have to capitulate the Americans as well. So I might as well get the UK for free, essentially. It means I won't have to compete with the Germans in the peace conference, because it is looking like they will be at that peace conference at the moment. It's going to be a pretty big battle for our fleet right there. We've just absolutely got all of their screens there. That, okay, 2 for 38. not a bad trade. So you ever scared Navy in this game? Just don't be, because it's very easy to make a fleet that can just wipe the AI. You know, I think actually to make this a little easier, I could just go ahead and destroy my faction because it's only just me and my puppets in it anyway. Get in the Axis just so that we can, in the peace conference, we should be more likely for them to hand land over to us because we do get a lot of claims on stuff. And on top of that as well, that'll give us a better look at the UK. And I think my worries may have been slightly overblown looking at this right now. Oh, another good thing about joining the Axis here, the Germans are pretty willing to just give over a whole bunch of land to me. So yeah, I think I might have been a bit too cautious with my invasion of Britain there. I think we may have missed the boat as the Vichy regime is also landing in Wales. Wait a second. Did the US never join the Allies? Oh. This may complicate the peace deal that I was not expecting to have. Yeah, definitely didn't get the most out of that. Obviously, down to the fact, what the hell happened here? Did they let the Philippines go? How did this come about? Genuinely no idea. That does complicate a lot of the things that we were setting up to do here, because I wasn't planning on staying friends with the Axis, and now the Axis just got one hell of a buff. Well, first and foremost here, I'm gonna go deal with the US for a bit, because after the Germans get the Soviets here, I reckon we're gonna need the US. I did go ahead and puppet the UK as well, just so that we could get all of their navy without having to spend the points on it on the Pitcairn Islands. So, gonna annex them very quickly. I'm sorry, Mosley, but your island paradise is coming to an end. Hold on a second. Canada's still alive? I missed them. Hold on. Oh, annoyingly, that does mean I'm now gonna have to naval invade this island. I've kind of just realized, actually, I don't think I needed the US at all. I'm currently sat on 718 factories. I don't think I've been paying enough attention to this game. Okay, a few other people managed to sneak in on this peace conference unnoticing. Kingdom of Denmark! And that is the new world under my sole dominion, as it always should have been. Oh, had our fun with you, Germany. Time to make ourselves some new friends. Oh my god, the Japanese will actually let me in. Okay, got myself some new friends. Think the AI might have realized what's coming. Let's just go ahead and get this over with. There is a lot of things going on my screen right now. I mean, obviously there's like, 256 divisions on their front line right now. They're not going to push. Just look at the supply over there. But the air situation, I think we may need a few more planes. Oh, this could be a slog to get through, I reckon. I mean, we already run them a little bit here, but the supply was the issue. But as soon as I do get full air supremacy here, which I am working on very slowly, we should be good to just go. Oh, you know what? Actually, let's just get a little casualty check after that. Yeah, 3 million. Almost 4 million gone already. Well, the breakthrough's underway. I did make some tanks. I just did a few encirclements with over there, and I just checked the casualties. I think the Italians were at like 4 million before those encirclements. 8.5 million Italians. Yeah, for whatever reason, the majority of the front line was just all Italians. It's all Germans now by the looks of things, but, it's all Germans now because 8.5 million. Crazy thing is, 1949, all right, and I still have so many focuses to actually do. I will admit, I don't think I need to realistically do them at this point, looking at the world map, but I guess it is interesting that there is a lot of choice to be had in this mod. Yeah, I was about to say, well, that wasn't difficult, but let's be real, this entire mod is not meant to be difficult. This just kind of shows how I wasn't exactly, on pace with what the mod was probably putting down here, but after I have defeated all those guys, I can then bring our subjects together and then Viva España, and I get goals on the British down here. But the British have been gone for a very long time. So just because we're kind of at the end here, I'm just going to get the automatic focus thing just to go through these last ones because they don't realistically give us anything, because I'm not going to play any longer. I'm just kind of want to see what the end result of this all will be. There you go, just went through all the focuses, and I'd love to say this is our final form, but it's not even close. There are still so much stuff we could just get as puppets or cores on, or give over more land to our puppets and stuff, but here you go. This is the monstrosity of the Spanish Empire. And our great emperor, who has, let's just say, quite a bit of green in his pockets. And I think, did we just get all the... Yeah, we get all of America as cores. Oh my god, even Spanish, well, Mexican America, I guess you could say. Do I get stuff up? I get stuff up there as well? That's ridiculous. Okay, this entire mod is ridiculous. I'll leave it linked down below if you want to try it. But yeah, it's very fun. Very overpowered. I also just realized who the hell we put in charge of Byzantium. This guy's cat, Tom. And you know what? I'm glad you put the paw down, Tom. Now you're just commissar of the Spanish Byzantines. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like, subscribe down below, and of course, check out the mod. It'll be down there. And if you want to give it a go yourself, there is plenty to do in this mod.